Welcome to Making Sense of AI Together, the podcast that explores how artificial intelligence is reshaping our everyday lives. I'm Claudine Wong, journalist and news anchor.
And I'm Lisa Bernard, a former TV journalist, now creating AI content on my Instagram channel, Demystify AI. Each week, we break down the buzz, cut through the hype, and help you make sense of the AI that's becoming part of your world.
And if you liked that intro, yes, AI helped us write it. We are putting it all to the test. And hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. We are lucky today to have Maizan Rupan Tompkins with us, who is a young entrepreneur who is embracing AI in his latest company, but you've built a lot of other companies along the way in your 18 years.
Latest company, and you're 18.
Company.
You're kind of killing me right now. I'm not gonna lie. And I mean, when you read about, at 13, kids are barely getting into high school, and you're doing all sorts.
Playing Fortnite all day. And,
right?
Yeah.
Fortnite all day long. Did you play Fortnite?
I played Valorant.
Yeah. So can you, tell us about how you get started.
Tell us what you were doing at 13.
Yeah. So actually, I can give I guess the full story. So
let's start.
Around 8 years old, I got into Raspberry Pis or Python. So Raspberry Pis are credit card sized computers. I got introduced to that thanks to my parents, and from there, I also worked on snap circuits. So these are these little Target. These these little. Pretty much circuit boards.
I've seen those, right?
Yeah.
Those little, you pop them together.
Exactly,
I think you're probably better at it than most.
No, it's still, I'm always
He's like,
learning.
Oh no.
So from 8 years old, I started with basic programming. From there, I got into Maker Faire, which is pretty much, it's the world's largest science and technology fair.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 years old?
At 10 years old. So
10.
eight, I started with learning. Then when I was 10 years old is when I actually applied and got in.
So let me ask you this. Did you just love it? It was fun? Did your brain just work that way? Did you understand that you might have understood it better than some, even at the age of 10?
I feel like I kind of just had the passion for it and just liked it. It wasn't like I understood the topic, I think, a little bit better than others. It was just, I just had a curiosity for it and just wanted to pursue in that direction. So that's when I got to Maker Faire. So I started with the mini Maker Faire, which is at Barnes & Noble. So at the Tampa Mall at the Barnes & Noble there, and I got the award for the mini Maker Faire. And I presented my first project, which was called the Age Guessing Bot. So pretty much, I have a little Raspberry Pi, I have a little camera. You walk in front of the camera, it takes a photo, then it guesses your age, your gender, emotion on your face.
Whoa.
So,
Did it work?
oh yes, it worked. Yeah.
Do you still have it?
I don't have it today, but I have some of the code still. I uploaded it to my Google Drive.
How did it guess your emotion? That's before AI. How did it guess your emotion?
So pretty much, at the time, Microsoft had something similar. They had an AI API that's something similar. And I was tapping into that and leveraging that as just the base and adding to that. So it's just building on top of a Microsoft. They had their Azure a cloud service and building on top of that.
Can I ask, are your parents good at this stuff?
So I guess, my dad has a background in tech. Then my mom also has a background, but mainly I'm more, I guess, technical and coding wise.
Could you ask them questions? Because I think, I talk to parents, right, when the kids go past algebra 1, they're like, and I'm out, I'm going to go and get you a tutor because, calculus and I were not friends when I was in high school. We're still not friends, by the way. So were you able to ask your parents about these technical, have you outgrown them? Do they ask you questions now?
They've asked a few questions in the technical space. I'm always learning. So, but I feel like there is a certain point where I guess grown, I guess, in a different branch where I more
That's so diplomatic.
Did you have mentors? Did you have school classes or after school classes?
No, so I didn't take any APs. I took.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, no. So I took no APs.
But how did you teach yourself?
So everything is on YouTube and self-taught.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Wait, in high school you didn't take any AP classes?
Oh no APs.
At all?
At all, no.
You're breaking people's brains right now.
But the APs
every
are
parent's
relevant
brain.
to this. He was going on a different direction.
I know, but still, that is. You were doing other things, so you were, and you didn't feel any pressure to take your AP macros and your AP push and your AP Euro.
Oh yeah, not really. So I guess after Maker Faire, I got into, so at 12 years old, I started my first company called SafeTouch Pro, where SafeTouch Pro, I created these handheld devices. They're 3D printing, and this is during the peak of COVID, and it was around March. So I saw my mother, she was using her sleeves to open doors. I did some research. I saw existing solutions, and then from there, I built on top of a ready like 3D model and 3D printed these, and just tested the market by first putting them on eBay and seeing like, are people actually going to buy this?
And they did what?
They bought them. So
what was it?
Oh, so they're like these 3D printed devices that like think of like a hook,
to open the doors.
Exactly, open doors and press buttons.
I saw those.
Yeah, I saw them too.
So actually, I was on KTVU and Fox during that time at 13.
Yes,
13.
Probably on Zoom because it was COVID.
Oh
right?
yeah, I was in my bedroom. Actually, sorry, that was at 12.
At 12, I gotta dig that up.
Okay.
I'm gonna find
That's
that.
amazing.
I'm gonna find that.
All right, so what was the next invention?
So after that,
I do remember that. I feel like
I remember the hooks.
I remember
I think
the
Christina
hooks.
was the one who interviewed
Christina,
me. Yeah.
Christina Rendon. Okay, I'm gonna track her down.
Then so
how long did that last?
That lasted for like 2 years. So during that years, I had all these 3D printers. At the max, I had around like 10 3D printers in my parents' living room. So with these 3D printers, I wanted to do something else. So I started doing TikTok videos on teaching others 3D printing in STEM. So I did TikTok. Over one summer, I grew to 170,000 followers with TikTok.
What's your TikTok account?
It's Mizan Tech. So Mizan, then Tech. Recently, I've not really been posting. I've been focused on other stuff, but during that time, it was pretty fun. And
so you were someone that our kids were learning from.
You know how long it takes people to get 200,000 followers?
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah, we know. It takes a long time. And then you're like, and I'm bored with that.
And he's teaching them. Wow.
Okay. So that lasted, and then.
So I mean, I kind of did that for like a year. Then I would upload some videos. Recently, I've been uploading, I guess, a few informative videos about what I'm recently doing. But then after TikTok, I got into aviation. So a little back history. Like I first got into aviation during middle school, where a friend he told me to download this game called X-Plane, which was like a flight simulator. So I downloaded the game. I got addicted to it. I continued playing. Then I booked my first flight lesson when I was doing Safe Edge Pro at 12 and 13 in Hollister, where I flew. They're called sailplanes. So these are like pretty much gliders with no engine. You get towed up. Then after you get towed, you get like let loose.
Okay, wait. You were how old?
Yeah.
I was 13 at the time.
And then you said to your parents, "I want to get towed up into a plane and then let go." And they were like, "Yeah, that's awesome. Do it."
Oh yeah. Well, pretty much. Well, they were kind of on the edge because they first wanted to make sure I was safe.
Because
of
yes.
Yeah. But I did have some experience with like simulation. So like.
That is not the same.
It's pretty similar. They're pretty, like, a lot of pilots, like, actually...
Safety-wise, not the same.
Oh, safety-wise, not the same. But, like, even on your license, when you're getting your instrument license, you can at least 20 hours, I believe it's like 15, 20 hours can be all simulated.
So what was the pitch to get your parents... I mean, their job is to keep you safe.
Oh, yeah.
And you're saying, I want to do this thing that may not keep me safe.
So, well, pretty much, like, I did some research. I watched videos. I reached out, emailed the place, as well as called them. And I just told my parents, like, I might do this for my 13th birthday. And they agreed. So we drove down to Hollister, like 2 hours from, like, or like hour and a half from, like, South City.
I'm going to have a separate podcast with your parents.
Then once we got down there, they wanted to first talk to the instructor and the facility to make sure it's safe and everything. Then I got the green light. Then I flew up for like an hour. I did some like just different pattern work in the glider in Hollister, and from there, yeah.
So you were hooked. You became an aviation enthusiast after this.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the first steps.
What did you like about it?
I think just kind of like just seeing the world at a different perspective, and just kind of the fun of like having to control, and just kind of like just sightseeing is kind of the main thing.
It's an adrenaline rush, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but as well as just like learning the science, like some of the technical specs and like how the plane moves, the principles of like aerodynamics, some like aerospace stuff like that.
So you're both with physics and aerospace, but also coding and tech.
I guess
combination of them both.
Not really physics wise, just more like the basic like pilot knowledge on physics is like and the aerodynamics, but more just aviation as a whole, as well as like tech and yeah.
So from your 13th birthday, you convinced them that now you need flying lessons?
Well, so from 13 to 16, I was just at home. During 13, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 came out, so that was like state of the art compared to X-Plane that was currently out there. So over the next 3 years, I was doing that as well as playing like some Fortnite and some Valorant.
Some Fortnite.
So, yeah.
I've talked to a thoracic surgeon who credits his dexterity to video games, and now we can credit startups
I played
to video games.
Yeah, so I was playing Valorant in high school. Then I was top 3,000 in North America.
Whoa.
So I played pretty competitive, like Valorant wise.
What are you not good at? Like what should we, is there something that you've done where you haven't been good at it?
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's like I'm not good at a lot of things. It's just mainly just like
you're really good at several things, many things. I think
Very
we probably
impressive.
have not yet quite figured it out.
Yeah.
You got into some different kinds of initiatives though for entrepreneurs and
hackathons.
tech and
Oh, yeah.
Right? The
So, yeah,
hackathons
so-
where the ideas start to percolate, right?
Exactly,
Tell
yeah.
us about that.
So the hackathons, pretty much, I never knew what a hackathon was until March this year, and these hackathons are these competitions where
Yeah.
pretty much you're given a time span, so like 24 hours, 36 hours, and you have to create from idea to a final build within the span of time. So I did the first hackathon, which I did at Hayward, so Cal State Hayward, and pretty much we got in there, we had no idea. I had a team, me and my friends from San Jose State, we went there, and pretty much like we got there at like 11 a.m. I had no sleep for 36 hours. So I stayed up for 36 hours, and at the end of 36 hours, we had nothing to really show. So so for the first hackathon, I didn't have like too much technical knowledge on how to pretty much build it out and how to I guess have the product working.
But
So-
the story has a happy ending.
Oh yeah. So from there, then I told myself like I need to take this next month because the next hackathon was in the next month. So to spend this next 30 days is learning these different frameworks. So Next.js was one of the frameworks I was using. So that's what I did. I sat down, watched some YouTube videos, some tutorials, built out some personal projects, then went to UC Davis, and ended up winning their hackathon.
you went from not being able to come up with an
Yep.
idea to winning the hackathon
A month later.
a
Oh,
month
yes.
later, and because you watched a few YouTube videos. You and I, sir, are watching different YouTube
Right.
videos.
So it's been like I like to because for YouTube videos I also like to
Yeah.
try to build out the projects or like let's say there's a YouTube video about a certain topic for like coding, then I'll build out the project that's in the video, but then take it a step further by like making sure I understand the topic or like kind of try to explain it to my parents or my little brother.
And can they
So-
understand what you're
Exactly.
you're
Or
saying?
to
Yeah,
us.
so try to like put in that in those terms.
How old's your brother?
He's 11. Actually, he just turned. Well, his birthday was just this past June. So yeah.
Oh, all right. He's on the verge of his
All right, but hold on.
13-year-old.
There was
volunteer.
another hackathon.
Oh yeah. So then recently, 2 weeks ago, I had UC Berkeley. So this is the UC Berkeley AI hackathon. It's the largest hackathon they have in the Bay Area. Stanford, they had only 800 students. This one had 1,300. So this is the biggest hackathon. Last year, their prize pool was almost 400,000 in prizes. So this year they came back again with the hackathon, and I ended up winning that with me and my friend Hunter. So
Based on what?
based on our project. So they grade your project on multiple criterias on like what you're building, what's your idea, what's your like motivation, and like how does it actually work in the end? Because like people can come up with these cool ideas, but like can they actually test a live demo on stage? So that's what we did, and we ended up winning that.
The
And
demo
what-
you tested was what?
So it was the first initiative of Stratus. So that's kind of got the idea. We came up with the idea so Berkeley was 24 hours. We got there, me and my friend Hunter, he took Bart up. I just drove. We parked. Then we just got into the hackathon. For the first 2 hours, we're kind of like, I guess kind of trolling. We were just like talking to people. We went to get some poke bowl down at Berkeley. Then after that, it was too crowded in the venue because it's 1,300 students and it's only a small library. So we ended up walking and we snuck into Berkeley Haas and we were coding there. Then we got kicked out at 8 p.m. from the security guards. Then from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. we're sitting outside coding at a table and just on Berkeley campus because there's no way to get inside there's too many people crowded inside the venue.
But you were coding Stratus.
Oh yes, so that was
Tell us about Stratus.
Yeah, so Stratus is currently what I'm building. It's a platform that allows these untowered airports or low resource airports to pretty much have pretty much some of the technology that towers have and an extra safety net that pretty much are at these towers.
So this is
Okay.
a technology
Mm-hmm.
that allows pilots to talk to one another, and then it's interpreting what they're saying to find, you call it anomalies or
Yes.
something worrisome
Yes.
in the communications to what? Stop a disaster?
Yeah, so like one of the instances, so let's say I'm flying into Byron Airport that's pretty close by, and let's say it's 2 a.m. There's no one. It's a non-towered airport, so there's no one monitoring the frequency, and I have an emergency. What Stratus can do is can listen live to your communications. It can detect anomalies. If you're having an emergency, then send reports and dispatch local firefighters as well as 911 to alert where you're located, where's the crash site, and stuff of that nature.
Oh, I see. So it's not on the approach. There's something wrong. It's actually going to the first responders.
Yeah, so it was multiple features. So I like to say it's like a full safety net. So that's just one of the features where it can take a message that's like let's say a anomaly or emergency or a request from the pilot. Can you foam the runway? Let's say they're missing landing gear and they don't want to, let's say, spark a runway. This message will be directly sent to the first responders. On top of that, it's pretty much a data collection tool for these airports and airport managers to see stuff of, let's see every single transmission. So like term I like to use is like a black box. So airplanes have these black boxes, which are data recorders. But what if we have a black box that's unlimited for the actual airport itself and recording all the transmissions, all the data, all the, let's say, deviations and stuff of that nature and saving that.
Do bigger airports have something? I mean, they just have people there. So they have more people who know what's going on and who are watching this in real time and records of how they're communicating.
Yeah, so I have talks with the director of aviation at San Jose, and pretty much he was sharing their current approach is, first, so they have the Reed Hill View Tower, the San Martin, and even though these towers their airports are towered, there's people in the tower, after 10 p.m. the tower closes, so considered untowered airport. And there's no one actually monitoring their frequency. So having extra...
Even San Jose's airport?
Even the Reed Hill View.
Okay.
Yeah, and Santa Martin.
Okay, I want to play a little bit of the video. Is this your friend, Hunter?
Oh, yeah. So that's us winning after we won the Berkeley Hackathon.
So people who are listening, I've got a picture of friends and of Maison flying. How much of your flying experience to know, because most of the airports that we're looking at video of you flying, what
This
airport?
is at Hayward Airport. So this is my first ever flight by myself.
Your first ever flight by yourself. Okay, so, look at landing safely.
Oh, yeah.
Parents are relieved and everyone's breathing deeply. How much when you're flying that do you think of like what would have helped you? I mean, how did that work into how you coded? Oh, yeah. And does Hunter fly, or was Hunter just...
Well, he doesn't fly, but he's very technical and a great friend of mine. So we went to go into the hackathon together, and I won multiple hackathons with him in the past.
Okay, and so in terms of saying what's needed and how you determine what this AI assistant should really be, what's the framework? I mean, did you talk to other pilots? Is it based on your own experience at these small airports? How does it build in a way that's truly helpful to the people who are looking to use it? Yeah,
so first the idea for Stratus derived when I had a few near mid-air collisions myself. Ooh. So a near mid-air collision is when two aircraft come within 500 feet of separation with each other. So I had multiple of those.
You've had multiple of those?
Yeah, around 3.
Whoa.
So we're back to your parents.
Okay.
So these
you had 3. Based on what happened?
Yeah,
mainly it's the lack of, I'm doing my part of communication, but other pilots are not communicating. So at these untowered airports, communication is not required. So you can fly in like how you want.
It's not required.
It's not required now. So it's like good. It's good, I guess, effort or good like deeds to communicate, but it's not required. So I was flying into Lake Tahoe. There's a Pilatus PC-12. It's like a little private jet coming in below, and he wasn't communicating, and we're communicating above, and we're on converging paths for the same runway. Luckily, it was a blind spot, but I saw him in time, and we just made it right. Then we...
Can you get him to communicate? Can you start talking to him and he hears you?
Yeah, we can, but that's if he's monitoring, if he's listening on the specific frequency for the airport.
That seems to be a problematic situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone's supposed to be on their minding their P's and Q's. But if you've had 3 and you've been flying for how long?
For 2 years. So I guess for 2 years.
Yeah, that ratio's not good.
That's not a good.
That's not good.
That's a good number. In terms of how would Stratus help you in that situation then?
Yeah, so Stratus, pretty much, I wanted to build something that helps, create more safety at these airports. So pretty much, let's say you're an airport manager at this Lake Tahoe airport. The Stratus, it's pretty much 2 parts. We have a hardware device that you install. This hardware device will pretty much, the hardware device, you have our antennas on top. We have a little computer inside with 5G reception. And we're able to listen to the communications as well as listen to the traffic aircraft in the area. We send these to my server. Then if you're an airport manager, you can see on your phone, on your dashboards, any aircraft that can be at risk or anomalies, and you can alert them right away. Because even if you can be a non-towered airport, but still be a manager and still have radio control to talk to these planes.
So tell us about the AI piece of it, and especially if it's chatter between pilots and the AI is sort of reading the communications and detecting if something's going to go wrong. But if the pilot isn't even chatting, if they're completely quiet, what is the AI going to interpret?
Yeah, so pretty much the AI, I take in 2 data fields. So either we take in voice as well as we can see traffic. So with the traffic, we're able to, we can just predict if 2 aircrafts are going to hit each other and converge. And we can currently, the main goal for Stratus is actually the features in the vision is to have it to talk over the frequency and try to reduce any risk. But currently, we're able to help dispatch emergency and let people know on the airport about any risk or any airplanes or any stuff of that nature.
Can it predict? Can it predict a near miss is about to happen?
Yeah. So currently, if there's two aircraft that are about, let's say, to collide on the diverging path, yes, Stratus will be able to predict where they'll be end up in the next, based on the flight data it currently has.
And again, how would it notify the pilots?
Also, currently, the Stratus is built for, I guess, airport managers and first responders themselves. But I'm currently expanding to help communicate with pilots and have some type of field with that.
So I want to know how the airports, like you've had some meetings,
Yep.
even just recently, with these smaller airports. How are they responding to this product, and is there anything else out there that you're competing with?
Yeah, so I pretty much, to get these airports to talk, I actually sent out 50 emails last week, just pretty much cold emailing what I'm doing, who I am, and from there I didn't get any responses. So what I did was I actually went down and called every single phone number and told them what I'm doing. So by doing that, I got the first few calls from San Mateo County and Half Moon Bay. Also, I was able to set up a meeting with the director of aviation in Santa Clara County at Retail View and over those airports. And that was my first kind of demo. So I demoed to him. He really liked it. We talked for over an hour, and he shared what they currently have. So there's something. All they currently have is an antenna that monitors the traffic that are coming in, but there's no AI aspect. All it is like a flight radar where you're able to track planes or who's coming in and when they're coming in, but there's no safety layer.
So I flew a little plane with a pilot, but they let me try a little bit into that Half Moon Bay airport, and it's scary. Like I had to lift up because I was like kind of going right for the mountain, and so that's
I was kind of going right for the mountain.
That's amazing. So they don't have a tower. They really ought to sign up for this like immediately, because I can see how there would be these near misses or these miscommunications. So I'm glad that they were eager to talk to you.
But, so what does it cost them? And what is the worry? Like, is there liability? Like, my brain's working to, like, if it doesn't work, and how much are you changing it, and how many different iterations? Because there's all these, especially when you're dealing with aircraft and people, and there's a lot there.
Yeah, so pretty much I'm currently in the first few phases of building it out. We have basic demos, MVPs, and currently raising a pre-seed for the investments. For AI, you don't want like a ChatGPT controlling these aircraft. So we have we have custom built models. So first, for the AI transcription, OpenAI has a model called Whisper, and we have the Whisper is fine tuned. I have personally on just aircraft data or aviation data. So it listens to live communications and trained on real ATC communications. So it's able to have, let's say, 90% word error rate. So that's pretty much that's the basics, and we're improving that. But that's what I built with the past 2 weeks.
So wow, so you're saying you've collected other communications with pilots and you're using that to train your model so that it can detect when something is an anomaly.
Yes.
And so far it's working?
Yes, so far it's working. So 90% accuracy so far.
90%.
How are you testing this? Like, are other airports signing up saying, sure, put it on, and we're not, maybe won't use it, but you can train it? Or, I mean, how do we know that it's, and how can you determine
where are the
that
test runs?
Oh, yeah. So currently I'm doing, for the next few months, for this next month, be deploying these Stratus devices across airports to do testing. Currently for testing, we test in-house with our own servers, as well as test with there's FAA has a public emergency data set for aviation, as well as aviation communications, so able to test on that data set as well. So testing we have receivers to receive real audio, and we can verify it manually to make sure, as well as testing with FAA available data.
And does the FAA know about you and know about Stratus?
Yeah, so I have multiple talks with a former FAA a security analyst at the FAA that worked out of the Oakland FISTO, the office, and he's very fascinated with what I was doing, and was very curious. So I have multiple talks with not just the FAA, but all the multiple airports throughout the Bay Area, as well as the counties.
Would they have to approve it? Because now you're introducing sort of a new safety piece in.
So for the FAA, since I'm not transmitting on their frequencies, it's not required to get any approval. It's just this device will only receive frequencies. And on top of that, it's up to the county or airport itself to, let's say, get a grant for this technology.
So how much would it cost to put it into a airport?
Yeah, so pretty much the device itself, the little hardware box, only costs a few $100s to sell. And on top of that, we just sell like a monthly subscription for the AI services on top of that.
A smart business model there.
Do we know how much the AI services monthly is?
Not at this moment, but I'll be planning that out.
Because these are small airports who don't have big budgets too, right? That you're trying to get them on board with grant money or whatever.
Could
that
pilots push for this? Could you get a collection of pilots who say we really want the airport to launch this? If you talk to pilots?
Yes, I've talked to multiple pilots. I've said for the past 2 weeks, multiple meetings, and I want to make sure for Stratus, like it's not me that's picking the direction, but actually people that are in the field, actual pilots, and talking to real airports and showing them and listening from their feedback and moving forward. Then from there, yes, I guess pilots, if I wanted to create a petition to try to get this into more airports.
They would want it.
What are you hearing in terms of maybe concerns or requests or things that people are saying, let's make sure it does this or does it do that, that you're thinking, okay, these are the areas that maybe, because you've only been flying for 2 years and someone who's been flying for 30 would be like, well, I would say XYZ. Do remain.
So a few things I've heard is like, how does it react to power outages? So let's say these airports, they may have common power outages, and how would the data be transferred? So with that, I came up in the hardware a backup 6-hour battery to help just in case, let's say power does go out, that hardware can still receive data. And if worst case, it will just stop momentarily until the power does come back on. And everything will be hosted, nothing's ran locally on inference, so everything's hosted on servers. So you're able to, even if power comes out locally, everything's still running when you come back on. On top of that, I've heard multiple feature requests. So when I talked to at Reed Hillview, they're sharing how they currently have a DVR system to record all their transmissions. And let's say I had an emergency and they want to look back in history to cite the source of the transmission. There's just an audio file. So each transmission's an audio file. So there's thousands of files. You have to go to the time and go one by one to listen, is this the correct guy? So with this transcription, with Stratus, I allow, you can search your own database just with natural language, or just with even like AI search, where you can say, show me where JetBlue 333 had an emergency. So automatically search and index through your audio files.
It's user interface is what they want. They want the Ring doorbell.
That's right. So just again, tell us exactly where the AI piece comes in.
Yes.
Where is the AI here?
So there's pretty much AI all around it. So AI first with the transcription model and transcribing the voice, so voice to text. So custom-built AI models there. Okay. We have custom-built AI agents to understand each transcription and verify it if it's the actual aircraft based on traffic data, as well as where the aircraft is located. And from there, also processing the transcription to see and detect if there's any emergency from the aircraft. On top of that, we have the AI for the search functionality for searching and indexing through your data sets or through your data files, as well as we have, let's say there's a TFR, which is a temporary flight restriction. We're able to predict if airplanes are going to enter this flight restriction zone, so we can alert the managers or air traffic controllers. We're also able to alert any anomalies or, of course, risk, as well as we're able to send a voice call or text to local 911 or first responders on the field at that airport about an airplane coming in for emergency.
So that's interesting. So it's not radar, though. There's nothing about location that AI is involved in. It's more communication, right?
Well, it was both. So on the hardware itself, there's 2 antennas. We have a very high frequency antenna for first the audio itself, but also antenna picking up, it's called ADSB. This is automatic dependent surveillance broadcasts. So these are what the airplanes emit, and these give location, speed, heading, latitude, and longitude. So we also pass all of that through our model.
So I guess the question too is, and we talk a lot about OpenAI, and you've referenced some of that. Could you have done this 4 years ago without OpenAI, without the models and the access to that kind of AI data?
I think it'll be pretty hard. I actually went on to Reddit and someone had something idea 8 years ago similar, and the major problem, their question was, how can you transcribe pilot audio, because it's very staticky, a lot of different language. How can you transcribe it to actual text? And they came up with it's kind of what the comments were saying, like, this is impossible, you can't do that. There's not the technology there. And what they're using, they tried multiple text-to-speech models, and that was a few years ago. So now with the OpenAI and this, I guess, rush and rise of text-to-speech models, it's very easy, and it's pretty much just like the perfect time to build it out.
That's amazing.
Can I ask, what's next? Because with you, there's always a what's next. Obviously, you're going to build this up, and what's the hope to get it to market?
Yeah, so pretty much the goal from August 1st is to get this deployed in 10 airports throughout California. But the further goals is to introduce multiple new features such as radar. So even though I have the ADS-B, let's say I'm at an airport and this aircraft does not have ADS-B, it does not emit its signal. So how do you pick up a aircraft like that? So radar will be the solution for that. So picking up aircraft coming in that sense, as well as just building on top and getting feedback and just reiterating and building on top of the
Stratus. And by the way, you're in college.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yes.
By the way, starting school again in the fall.
You just finished your freshman year?
Yeah. So I graduated high school at 16. Then I did.
Well, there's that.
So then,
who needs APs when you're done with high school?
Then I did aviation, so flight school. And then from there, I enrolled at San Jose State, and then I just finished 1 year there. At San Jose State, I did some research. So I had my research won an award at San Jose State where I did research and using AI to save lives with drones. So we sent out a drone and using computer vision to detect, let's say, a missing child based on like an Amber Alert or a poster description out in Yosemite. So that was the goal. That presented up in Humboldt for the national championship.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
Overachiever. But so what's the plan though? I mean, will you stay at San Jose State?
So my goal is if Stratus does get funded and I have enough funds to at least get through a huge part of the year, I will drop out of San Jose State.
Yeah, college dropouts in tech, they do really well. So am I rooting for him to drop out of college?
I mean, we're rooting for Stratus.
This is weird. You're dumping me on my head. You have no AP classes. You're about to drop out of college, and I'm cheering for it. I don't know what's happening right now.
I think you don't need college so much anymore. I think you learn so much out in the world and with AI.
Yes, but for those of us who don't win hackathons.
Right. We should stay in college.
We might need college.
We should stay in college.
College worked out well for me. So, and then Stratus will go from there, and then you'll just leap off whatever.
Wherever it takes me.
Now you don't need your parents' permission anymore because you're 18. So you went Stratus, but Well, that's amazing. Yeah. That's very exciting, and certainly the idea is it could save lives.
Oh yeah.
And no near misses for you anymore.
Oh yes.
We would like that to not happen. Yeah. All right, we're at the point, by the way, so you are so deep into the AI and the tech, but part of this podcast is for people who aren't.
AI for dummies?
AI for dummies as well. So for the very, very smart and the very... So we always make Lisa come up with a little hack.
A little hack or AI in your life. And here
so we're gonna play it. Is there audio to this?
There's audio,
All right, let me see if I can hear it. Hold on.
Where she's using AI to take impressions of my teeth rather than the old way where you had to bite into that gross putty stuff.
This is for Invisalign. I'm considering it for gum recession, but it would also straighten my teeth. So first step is using AI to capture the bite. Then she films me talking, and the AI takes the data and shows me what I would look like after the treatment.
Smile is broader. The canines are rotated.
Then I'd use AI to take a photo of my mouth from home every week and send it to her so I don't have to go into the office. Not sure I'll actually do it. Do you think I should? Let me know. I'm Lisa Bernard, and I'm here to demystify AI for you.
Okay.
So it's not landing planes safely, but you don't have to bite into that ooey gooey mouthpiece for braces or Invisalign.
And you don't have to keep going back in.
And you don't have to keep going.
Your phone?
Yeah, your phone communicates whatever's in your mouth, and the dentist can just check in on you. And
how many dentists are doing this?
I don't know, but I mean, I wouldn't want to go to one that isn't.
Oh, there's your pitch. I need to do Invisalign. Not wearing my retainers.
Yeah, I decided not to do it, but it is really such an amazing way that it just does that 360 and it takes the photo of your mouth without like that nauseating thing that you
that's
bite
gross.
into.
Yeah. Have you done that?
Oh yeah, I've done twice. Yeah, it's like I kind of like.
You have perfect teeth. Did you have Invisalign?
I had just braces.
Braces.
So like if I try to steer away if I have to do it or not. But yeah.
Is there anything in your life that is not AI? I think the difference between generationally, like what you're comfortable with, and granted, you've been comfortable since you were like crawling and comfortable with coding and AI. It sounds like, but anything that in your life that you.
Well, I guess yes. Like I guess some of the on the side, just like video games. So when I was playing like Valorant, so just on the side of that, as well as just regular aviation. I kind of like when I'm flying, I don't really like the planes that have all the high tech like screens and everything. So like the Garmin.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Garmin, like, so it's called the G1000 or G3000. I kind of just like basic analog instruments. I feel like there's less to worry about, less to go wrong. Just focus on flying.
I'm gonna give you a newspaper to read too.
Aw.
Turning the
Typewriter.
pages is a typewriter. Turning the pages of a newspaper is soothing. If
When
you
I
can
did
find one.
my scholarship, when I applied, I had an interview for the Hillary Aviation scholarship, and I came in with everything on paper. They were they were impressed because they thought I was gonna have an iPad and everything, but I had, like, the paper charts, the paper map. I showed my flight plan just drawn out on paper, and just the ruler, and everything.
Also good for people to understand multimedia is important, and getting your brain to work on all
Oh yeah.
aspects is important.
Yep.
Myzan, you are
Very impressive.
incredibly impressive. Well, we have great things ahead, since you were already in here once talking about the door opener, and then now you're at airports and flying. In a couple of years, you'll have to come back, and you'll be conquering the world.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Very inspiring.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my gosh,
All right.
thank you. Good luck.
Good luck. Drop
Thank
out
you.
of college.
Good luck.